All right, it is a wonderful time of the year, Christmas time. We're all getting excited about having our family and friends come over. So, of course, you want your home to look fabulous. So we have come to Syd Nichole. We're here with Syd Nichole's mom today, Michelle Newsom, who's got lots of experience with interior decorating, and you just make all these workshops so much fun.
It's pretty easy with Sydney. I'm just going to tell you, she's a creative force, and when you got your mom and dad working with you, we're great free grunt labor, so it makes it pretty easy.
It's a great team, and we have to talk about what we're wearing because you guys have been so nice to let me wear some of your fashions here.
For sure. I mean, Syd Nichole, we're all about, of course, Sydney makes a third of the clothes in the store, all the jewelry. Yeah, I'm a mom, so I'm going to brag on her a little bit. But we also have some other brands from all over the country. Our store, we have a lot of brands that we're the only store in the country that has it, or we might be one of three. So, and right now you're wearing this great.
I love it. I love all the colors and the design.
Oh my gosh, It's made by women with special needs, and there's a designer in New York City, and she takes this pattern and she puts it on fabric, and then she does her designs. And each dress has a little card and a story about every girl that did the designs. And I'm wearing a duster in Paris right now. It's the hottest trend they have. They're kind of sick of Americans wearing pajamas on the plane. So they wanted to elevate us, and they sure did. You can wear it as a dress, you can wear it as a jacket, all hand embroidered, and the back is just as beautiful as the front.
Stunning.
So,
I love it.
So it's really fun.
Lots of fun options here, of course, at Syd Nichole. And today we are going to pull on some of your expertise because you're great at designing things, and I heard you're fantastic at bows, which of course are very important at Christmas time because you want your bow to look perfect on your wreath or any of your trees, maybe whatever you want to decorate your home.
Right, oh, for sure. And thanks, Patty, for that little nod out. But we had, when Sydney was growing up, we had like 16 Christmas trees, full Christmas trees in every room. Everybody always asks about bows, and it seems like everybody is stressed to make a bow, right?
I have no idea how to make the perfect bow. I mean, this is fantastic. If you can help me make something like this, I will be eternally grateful. But that's one of the classes that you guys offer, one of the workshops, right?
Yeah, we do a wreath workshop, and then we also do some bow making with that. And I just know people are crazy about bows, and there's a million different ways, and people are measuring, and they're losing their mind over it. So this is my technique on doing a bow so that it's super easy. First, crack open a bottle of wine. This is what I say all the time.
And you guys do serve wine here, so.
We do,
Yep,
so
okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to a good bow. We'll take a little sip of this. And I always say, 1 glass of wine, your bow is gonna look fine. 3 glasses of wine, try to be kind. That's all I can say. Just try to be
we'll
kind.
put these back here. All right.
And we'll get ready to make our bow.
Okay.
Now, we don't need to measure. We don't need to be crazy. We don't need to be OCD about this. We are just going to take some ribbon. And my biggest tip for you is we start with the widest ribbon first, and we go to the skinniest last.
All right, well, but what kind of ribbon should you get?
Okay, great question. Okay. It doesn't matter what kind of ribbon, but it has to have a wire in it.
All right.
Without a wire, it's just gonna flop forward and it's gonna look like a hot mess. So make sure your ribbon.
And then wired ribbon.
Wired ribbon, we're gonna start, perfect. We're gonna start with wide and we're gonna go to small. Okay. That's what we're gonna do, okay? And so this is my widest ribbon, so I'm gonna start with this, and it's gonna be super, super easy, guys. I don't want you to stress about this. I don't want you to think about length. We're gonna take it, we're gonna make a tail, and we're just gonna cut it off. I'm gonna cut it right to about here, and then I'm gonna grab this, and we're gonna do, this is the, we're gonna hold it in our dominant hand. I'm gonna take 2 fingers and hold it. We're gonna put the tail the opposite way. So I just started with it this way, we're gonna go that way, and I'm just gonna make a tail and 2 loops. That is it. I'm gonna go that way, and then I'm gonna take this and go this way, and then I'm gonna just let this hang down. So I've got 2 loops. You're gonna say, how big to do the loops? Looks great, right? We don't want it too small, we don't want it too big. Just a couple of inches. The size of your hand is kind of great. That's how you can measure. And these tails, we want them to the same length of the top of the bow, and then this we're just gonna keep long, however it goes. And then we're gonna start with our next ribbon, and I'm gonna go
This is one that you've already started for us just to help us with the time constraints of our TV show. But we'll put that right here for now.
Right, and then I'm gonna start with the next bow.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna do one long side, cut it off, and then again, a tail and 2 loops. And then I'm gonna get you started. Again, I did it this way, so we're gonna put it here, and I'm gonna do a loop. I'm gonna do another loop. There you go, and I'm gonna let this hang a little bit, and then I'm gonna go into my next ribbon. Now, I guess you guys are looking at all this ribbon, and it looks like none of it goes together, right?
Yeah,
it's
how
kind
did
of
you
crazy.
choose the different patterns? Because it just seems to work when you put it together.
Well, it doesn't matter as long as it's in the same color family, and it's kind of like design. If you like it, it's gonna work, right? It's gonna look totally great. Again, I'm gonna do one little tail and 2 loops. And I always say too, if you want a really spectacular bow, you really need to get, I'm gonna get over here, you really need to get about 6 or 7 ribbons. 6 or 7 ribbons are pretty dreamy. Again, I've got this kind of in the same color frame, right? And I like a little bit of dark. Again, I'm gonna do one tail, coming down here. Now I'm gonna do a tail and 2 loops. Very simple. Have this on this side, so we're gonna go over here. I'm gonna do a loop here, and we just let it fall. No stress. We're gonna go right here. I'm gonna let it hang because these are gonna be my things. Look, they're all different sizes. I don't really care, right? We're drinking wine. What do we care, right? We don't care.
Well, I know you're gonna make it look fantastic in the end. And for our viewers who are watching this thinking, okay, I need to watch this again and again, we will have this on our YouTube channel for the bridge. So you can watch it as many times as you want to follow Michelle. So
again, we're gonna do a tail and we're gonna do 2 loops. And I'm almost done with this, and then I'm gonna have Patty help me finish it off here. And another little loop. Now, this one is a little short here because it's at the end of my ribbon, but guess what? I don't care. I'm just gonna cut that, and you won't even know that it's too short on here, and it will look great. And then I'm gonna add one more ribbon. Love this ribbon too, just to give it a little cha-cha-choo. The final thing that we're going to do with this is whatever ribbon you started with. This is really important.
Okay.
Whatever ribbon you start with, that's how you're gonna end, but you're only gonna do 1 loop, okay? So I'm gonna show you that right now. This is my last ribbon. So far we've done 7. So I started with this big hefty ribbon.
Would you like some help? I can hit it for you.
I'm gonna look right here. I'm gonna grab this.
Okay.
And it's gonna be our last ribbon. And what you're gonna do with your very last ribbon is you're just gonna do a tail and 1 loop.
Okay.
That's it. And it brings all of it back home. So we're gonna do that. 1 loop here. And then we're gonna let this hang, and that's it. And then we're gonna take our wire. You can do a zip tie, whatever you have you can use. I'm just gonna use, I have a little floral wire. I think one's over here.
There you
Patty.
go.
Thank you, honey. So I'm just gonna take that through the middle. If you have a twist tie from a bag, you can use that. Zip tie, you can use that. I'm just gonna put that through. And as tight as I can do it, I am going to, and you can see that, I'm just gonna pull it as tight as I can and wing it around. And then after I do that, we're gonna take these edges, and I'm gonna have you help me.
Okay.
I like to ducktail them. So I like to fold them in half and just give a little cut wherever I do that.
Oh, a nice finished touch.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people like to do it while they're doing it, but sometimes.
So just fold it and go like that?
Yep, perfect. Watch your hand. Yeah, perfect. Let them fly.
Okay.
But I really like to do this at the end because sometimes you want your ribbon shorter, right? At my
then
house,
you have room to adjust.
yeah,
Okay.
so we can do that. I think we need these long ribbons, so we're just gonna do this, flip them through.
That's beautiful.
Now remember, we have some in the top here.
Now, your daughter did tell me that your nickname is the Queen of Christmas. So I'm in the presence of Christmas royalty right here.
Oh my God, you're too kind. We have
this
fun.
is stunning. I love it. I love all the sparkles.
Well, and when you do all these different textures and ribbons, and you can even do skinnier ribbons, when you do the skinnier ribbons, don't ducktail them, just cut them on an angle, the ends. But when you use all these different ribbons, you can't tell that the bow is the exact same size, can you?
Right,
They all
no.
look like crazy great, right? So, and we're almost done cutting some of these things out.
This is beautiful.
And look how great this looks, and you have some ribbons here. And as you saw when we were doing this, like some of my tails were short, some were long, who cares, right? Just kind of adjust it. I'm gonna have you put it on the wreath. And we do a wreath workshop.
Oh, let's get the wreath, yeah.
Yeah, we do a wreath workshop here at Syd Nichole. And I'm gonna tell you, we sell out of it every year. People love it. We've been doing it forever. And it's so spectacular. I'm gonna put this right like this. We'll adjust it a little bit later, some more.
So you can help folks make this wreath as well.
Yeah, so we do this
it's got
wreath.
fresh greenery in it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have Patty, I'm gonna hold it right here, and you can just, you wanna just put it, loop it around for me?
Sure, okay.
Just catch it right there, and we'll put it on here so you can see. Oops. So we make this wreath, it's all fresh greens. We've got to order these greens like 4 months ahead of time just to get them. We use these gorgeous pepper berries. We use stuff that's local too, like magnolia. The front and the back of these leaves are so spectacular. And these leaves will last probably 2 months, as long as the sun isn't hitting on it. So when people put these wreaths out, they just kind of change their bows. And look how spectacular it is on your door. You also can use it as a centerpiece too. If you don't want to put a bow on it, you can lay it flat and put some candles on it, put it for your table. Obviously don't put the bow on it. But it looks like so beautiful, right?
Yes, it
and
does.
The wreaths. And it's a really fun class.
And they get to meet you and hang out with you, Michelle. This is
the extra bonus. Oh
well,
my God.
I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. And again, SydNichole.com. You can follow you guys on social media, get lots of great ideas there too, and make sure to sign up for the classes. This is just one example of what you guys do all year long.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Merry
Come and see
Christmas
us.
to you too.
Yeah, you too. Thanks, honey.